Hard to believe 6 weeks of the NFL are over. On to week 7 of the NFL. We'll be making our predictions for this week. To give a recap of last week, I will say that Brady didn't have the week he had the week before. He had a huge week the week before, was able to catch up with Ethan and I. Still did well, though. Brady at 57. Ethan and I both now tied at 61. So still very close in the predictions through 6 weeks. Tonight's game, the Thursday night game, the Denver Broncos will be traveling to New Orleans. And I do have the standings there. Broncos 3-3 and New Orleans at 2-4. New Orleans started out really good. And they lost 4 in a row, I think. I know they beat the Cowboys early. They might have been 1-1, and then they won again. But they might have been 2-1 at one point. But they don't look good. Rumors of the coach getting fired. Brady and Ethan, though, they took the home team Saints. I went with Denver. I think Denver's a little better. The record shows that. I think Denver's already did better than what I expected. You know, rookie quarterback, Bo Nix. I got Denver, Ethan, and Brady went with New Orleans. Moving on to Sunday's game, and probably the worst. On paper, this is the worst game of the week. The 1-5 New England Patriots traveling to Jacksonville to take on the 1-5 Jaguars. Both these teams are bad. Brady went with the home team, Jaguars. Ethan and I both went with the Patriots. I think they're just a tad better, but that's just a tad. Tennessee's bad. They're 1-4. Buffalo's 4-2. Buffalo, I believe, lost last week. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure they did. Okay, let's see here. Buffalo last week. It's hard for me to remember. Yeah, they won. No, they won last week. I'm sorry. I think they lost the week before is what I'm thinking of. Beat the Jets last week. They're going to beat Tennessee easily. We all have Buffalo here. Buffalo's still that team that just can't get over the hump. They're 4-2, which is great. But they're not that great. Minnesota, they're 5-0. It's about time for them to lose. But however, Brady and Ethan, they both have them winning at home. It's hard to pick against Minnesota. I picked against Minnesota for 3 or 4 weeks in a row. However, I'm picking it against them this Sunday. I got Detroit. I got Detroit winning. Detroit destroy the Cowboys in Dallas, which is not saying that much. It's going to be a good game on paper, probably the best game of the week. I got Detroit. They're 4-1. Minnesota's bound to lose. Ethan and Brady, though, have Minnesota. Atlanta, they're 4-2. We all have them beating Seattle, who's now 3-3. They started out strong. I'm not sure what happened to that entire division. We'll move on more of that in a minute. Cincinnati at Cleveland. We all got Cincy. They're 2-4. Browns are 1-5. They traded away Amari Cooper. Packing it in for the year is what it seems like. They got to get rid of the guy at the quarterback, though. He's the worst. But we all have Cincy winning. They're not much better, but they are a little better. We all got Philly over the Giants. Giants have got a couple wins. Philly doesn't look great. They barely beat the Browns. They're calling for the coach of the Eagles. They're calling for his head as well. To get fired. I don't know about that. Philly's going to win this week, though. We all have Philly. Brady went with Miami, who's bad. They're 2-3. Indy. Ethan, Brady, and I went to a Colts game last year against Tennessee. We're really considered doing that again this year, and this was one of the games we had kind of circled, but, of course, we're not going to be there. Miami, they're bad. Brady went with Miami. Ethan and I both have the hometown Colts, who are just a little bit better. Miami is very banged up. Houston, 5-1 against Green Bay, 4-2. I don't like the Packers, not because they're not good. It's because I just don't like them. Brady's got the hometown Packers, who are probably the favorites. Houston, they keep winning. Stroud and company, I love watching Houston. Ethan and I both, 5-1, took Houston. Brady's got the home team, Packers. I got Vegas over the Rams. Ethan and Brady both took the Rams there in Los Angeles, which is not really that home field for them because half the time, half the stadium is teams from out of the area. And the Raiders, of course, they used to be in Los Angeles, so they probably still have some fans left there. I would beg to say, I would beg to differ that there's going to be more Raiders fans there than Rams fans. I got Vegas. Ethan and Brady both went with the home team, the Rams. Both of these teams are not really good. Vegas 2-4, Rams 1-4. Carolina, they're probably the worst in all of football. They're 1-5, taking in Washington. They did lose last week, but to a good team. Washington 4-2, they're going to win. We all have Washington winning. We also have the Chiefs winning, a rematch from a Super Bowl or two. We all have the Chiefs winning, beating San Francisco, who's at 3-3, and I love seeing that record. They do have some injuries, though, and they are in San Fran, and the Chiefs will eventually lose. Hopefully it's not this week. I don't think it'll be. The Jets, Pittsburgh Jets, new look Jets. They got Devontae Adams reuniting with Aaron Rodgers. We all have them beating Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh started out good. They're 4-2, but they're on the decline. And I think the Jets will win this. They're only 2-4 though. Double Monday night games. Wow, this could be the game of the week as well. Baltimore 4-2 against Tampa Bay 4-2. Brady. We all have Baltimore. I thought Brady took the Bucs. We all have Baltimore. They are doing better. They have some. They have 2 losses. I know one of those losses was the Chiefs. I think the other loss was to an underdog team. I can't remember who it was. Might have been the Raiders, believe it or not. But Baltimore is better than Tampa Bay by a little bit, I think. I would love to see Baker, though, continue to light it up like he did last week, and he's done all season. I'm rooting for the Bucs, but I'm going with Baltimore. And then you have Jim Harbaugh, who had the health issue, had to leave the game, and then came back. He's traveling to Arizona, and Brady and I have the Chargers winning that. Ethan went with the Cardinals. That would be a little bit of an upset, but it's 3-2 to 2-4, so not that much of an upset. Cowboys, thankfully, are on a bye. I'm a huge Cowboys fan. They make me sick about every other week. So they made me sick last week. They're on a bye this week. They can't make me sick this week. Chicago also, they're 4-2. I believe they're 4-2. And they're on a bye as well. And I can continue watching, of course, the NFL. And continue watching this. These predictions are pretty simple. We like doing them. And you can subscribe to this channel, just a couple away from 800. Like and subscribe. One week we have tons of views, like 600-700. That's a lot for us. The next week you have like 7 or 8. So we'll see what happens. Enjoy week number 7 of the NFL.